Sarah Ferguson just got quietly blacklisted from ITV. What explosive email tied her straight back to Jeffrey Epstein? How this could drag Prince Andrew right back into the fire, and why King Charles may now be forced to cut loose one of the most unpredictable women ever connected to the royal family. This isn't gossip. This is a real-time royal shutdown, and the receipts are brutal. Let's get into it. What's happening right now to Sarah Ferguson is what every royal hanger-on fears most: sudden, cold, permanent exile. ITV has made it clear she will not be on This Morning, not on Loose Women, not guest hosting, not giving cute insider royal anecdotes, not now, not next month, not ever. And the reason is simple. Her name is now sitting too close to Jeffrey Epstein's. The same scandal that torpedoed Prince Andrew's reputation is now splashing all over her, and ITV wants none of it. According to the reports, ITV bosses looked at the fallout, looked at the emails, looked at the public mood, and said, absolutely not. And remember, this isn't some random Z-list royal cousin. This is the Duchess of York, the woman they once used to boost daytime ratings, the bubbly, chatty, relatable ex-royal who could talk about the Queen 1 minute and charity work the next. That version of Fergie is gone. What triggered this? A 2011 email. One email. But not just any email. The Mail on Sunday unearthed a message Sarah Ferguson sent directly to Jeffrey Epstein, 3 years after his 2008 conviction for procuring a minor. Not before. Not when she could say she didn't know. After. After the world knew exactly what he was. And in that email, instead of cutting him off forever, she apologized to him. She apologized to him. She called him steadfast, generous, a supreme friend to her and her family. She thanked him for his help. That alone is career-ending. Because what that email did was destroy the narrative she had been selling to the public. Just weeks earlier, she had gone on record saying her link with Epstein was a gigantic error of judgment. She told the cameras she regretted it. She said she shouldn't have taken his money. She played remorseful. But backstage, in private, she was emailing the same man saying sorry for distancing herself. That's not bad PR. That's hypocrisy. And ITV knows audiences can smell hypocrisy a mile away. Here's why this is especially toxic. This wasn't just a social friendship. This was about money. Back in 2010, after Epstein's conviction, he reportedly paid around £15,000 to help Ferguson with her debts. That means she accepted financial help from a convicted sex offender while the world already knew what he had done. Then she turned around in public and condemned him. Then she emailed him to say she was sorry she condemned him. That is the kind of double game TV networks do not want to defend on air. And it's not just ITV that's angry. People who actually worked with her are furious too. On Loose Women, where she used to be welcomed, commentators have basically said what the public is thinking. This wasn't a silly mistake. This was greedy, self-preserving, and deeply insensitive to Epstein's victims. Jane Moore even said Ferguson's naivety and love of luxury made her a loose cannon. That is devastating because once TV colleagues start saying you're bad for the brand, you are officially on the wrong side of the industry. And remember her history. This isn't her first scandal. In the 1990s, she got banished from royal circles over money problems and personal mess. The infamous toe-sucking photos. The constant debt headlines. Years of being out in the cold. Then she slowly crawled back. She wrote books, became a children's author, did motivational talks, did TV appearances, tried to be the fun, warm, slightly chaotic Duchess who'd been through it all and come out wiser. That was the comeback story. And ITV was a huge part of that rehabilitation. Now, gone. All that goodwill? Wiped in 24 hours. Because the moment Epstein's name comes up again, broadcasters don't ask, is she entertaining? They ask, will advertisers pull? And if the answer is maybe, you're finished. But this is bigger than Sarah Ferguson's TV career. This is about the royal family's image. Every time Ferguson gets pulled into a scandal, it pulls Prince Andrew back into view. And Andrew is the one person King Charles is trying to quietly erase from the front row of royal life. Andrew is already facing pressure about Royal Lodge. He's already stripped of HRH duties. He's already the ghost prince. Now his ex-wife, the mother of his children, is being linked again to the same man that blew up his royal career. That makes the monarchy look like it cannot get away from Epstein. And that is poison in 2025. Charles is trying to run a slimmed-down, modern, moral monarchy. You cannot do that when, on the sidelines, there's a Duchess sending apology emails to Jeffrey Epstein. And don't forget, Ferguson still moves in and out of royal spaces. She may be divorced from Andrew, but she's still the mother of Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. She still turns up at certain events. She still gives interviews like she's half in the family. So when her name gets stained, the stain splashes. That's why some royal watchers are saying this may finally force the palace to make a choice. Either you want to project discipline and dignity, or you want to keep letting Fergie freelance her reputation right next to the crown. And here's the part people don't want to say out loud. This looks like pattern behavior. When she's in trouble financially, she gets close to people she shouldn't. When she gets called out, she apologizes publicly. When the heat dies down, she rewrites the story. That works for tabloids. That doesn't work for TV executives who have to answer to bosses, Ofcom, and brands. The industry is ruthless. If you become toxic, they freeze you out. Not for a month. Not for a season. Forever. Here's what you should watch for next. 1. Will any other UK network touch her? Highly unlikely. No one wants to be the one who rehired Sarah Ferguson after new Epstein emails came out. 2. Will she pivot to YouTube, podcasts, or self-produced content?
Probably.
That's what everyone does when mainstream doors shut. 3. Will the palace distance itself publicly? If this keeps trending, yes. Because if King Charles wants the monarchy to look responsible while also trimming unnecessary royals, cutting loose a scandal magnet ex-in-law is the easiest move he can make. And 4. Will this hurt Andrew's daughters? Maybe not directly, but every headline that links their mother back to Epstein makes it harder for them to be seen purely as modern working royals. And here's the real question for you. Is Sarah Ferguson being treated fairly? Some people will say yes, because if you take money from Epstein after his conviction and then apologize to him in private while condemning him in public, you deserve the career consequences. Others will say she's being punished harder than certain male royals who actually held titles and jobs and did far worse. Both things can be true. She can be a victim of a brutal media cycle and also responsible for terrible judgment. But what you cannot argue is this. ITV has spoken. They don't want her. And when a major broadcaster says no future plans, that usually means no return. The monarchy is trying to move forward. The public is tired of Epstein's name hanging over Buckingham Palace like a storm cloud. And Sarah Ferguson, once again, has put herself right in the middle of the wrong story. So tell me in the comments, is this the final fall of Fergie, or will she find yet another way back like she always does? And if you want a royal channel that actually brings the documents, the emails, and the TV fallout, not just recycled palace PR, make sure you're subscribed to Royals Explored and turn on notifications, because the next wave of royal scandals is coming, and this one might drag in even bigger names.